Hello friends, welcome back. Apple had conducted its Worldwide Developers Conference WWDC 2020 on June 22nd. It has come up with many interesting announcements like iOS 14, iPadOS and macOS. But the biggest moment is the transition from Intel to Apple's own customized ARM-based Macs.
Three major transitions in its history: the move to PowerPC, the transition to macOS 10, and the move to Intel. And now it's time for a huge leap forward for the Mac. Because today is the day we're announcing that the Mac is transitioning to our own Apple Silicon.
Tim Cook kicked off with iOS 14, and iOS 14 comes with fresh look and new features. Starting with Apple Library, basically an Apple store, which has got organized categories and you can see everything in one place rather than swipe, swipe and swipe. And with Apple Library at the top in the search bar, you get all your applications organized in alphabetical order from A to Z. And on the upper left, you have suggestions with own intelligence in device which suggests you which application you may need next. Since you have all the apps in one view, you can hide those extra pages of app that you don't view frequently. You can go to a jiggle mode and tap the dots at the bottom of the screen, tick the pages that you don't want to view. They have added widgets to the home screen. So start with widgets. It has got N data rich. It introduces different sizes so that you can use the best picture which you need. So you can take it from today's only view and can place it anywhere on the home screen. They have also come up with new smart stack widgets which essentially changes throughout the day, as and when things happen or as and when it knows what you want to do, like if you want to have a news review or switch to fitness activity. Next is picture-in-picture video. With this feature, you can access your iPhone while watching a video. For example, you're playing a show on home screen and when you want to go home, video goes picture-on-picture mode automatically. And if you want to access your note, you can still watch the video. And if you want the video to be bigger, you can pinch to zoom it. So Apple Library, widgets on the home screen, picture-on-picture video support, much more generally, which was missing in iOS for a long time. And Siri is no more a full screen. It takes only a small part at the bottom of the screen. For example, you say open up Safari, Siri pops up at the bottom of the screen and instantly launches the app. Or if you want to have the weather info, it appears on the top of the screen. And it has got more data in its record to answer your way more questions. Another wonderful feature is with the Conversation tab. It's introducing a new way to stay connected with new emojis. iOS 14 comes with more ways to create your look, to select your identity, profession or personality, and also face covers, which is more relevant for today. In Messages, it provides a feature of inline replies and mentions. In mentions, you can type the name of the person in group chat and you get directed to the messages of only that person. And you have an option to get notified only if your name is mentioned in the message. And then Apple Clips. You interact with small parts of apps which you haven't installed over your phone. For example, Apple Pay. You can sign in with Apple and everything else, and you can really do the stuff which you couldn't do without installing that app. Another iOS 14 feature is EV routing. With EV routing, it can dictate what type of electrical car you are using and can write your map accordingly. Impressive thing is that you can use iPhone as car keys. The first car that's gonna introduce this feature is 2021 BMW and maybe more cars in the future. So if you're gonna lose your iPhone, then you're gonna lose your car keys as well. Theme, of course, is an overlap between two major operating systems, which is iOS and Android. But most of the new features in iOS 14 has been in Android since beginning. Next is iPadOS, which has got almost the same improvements of iOS 14 with new widgets on the home screen, Siri is in the corner so that it does not take full screen, and calls coming also doesn't take entire screen, it shows up as a small notification. And the next level comes with the Apple Pencil. Apple Pencil is a game-changing tool. So you handwrite in any text field and any text you write will be automatically converted into text that can then copy and paste into any other places. Super powerful OCR, but somewhat similar to Galaxy Note. One keynote on Apple ecosystem is related to Apple AirPods. Suppose if you are listening to music through iPhone with iOS 14 and then you drop iPhone and take iPad, AirPods straight away switch to iPad to start with what you are listening to in iPad. That's an amazing stuff because I always had problem in switching between the devices. An exciting feature to iPad Pro is a spatial audio. It gave you the experience of being in a movie theater. The sound view is not only from the front, it comes from all the sides, left, right and above. And AirPods are replicated to give you a real movie experience. Coming to watchOS 7, it has got a new feature of watch face sharing. With watch face sharing, you can share via messages to contacts or even to social media. You can add multiple complications from one app, which is very nice. But again, it's not a totally customized one. In watchOS, you can create your own surf watch. You can set the water temperature or you can see the wind speed predictions on your favorite beach. New parents can also have the options to see changes in the feeding times. Another attractive feature of watchOS 7 is Sleep Track. It tracks your sleep with a holistic approach. It establishing a bedtime routine for you. For example, if you set your bedtime for sleep, phone automatically changes to dim mode to give you a transition mentally to go to bed, and it also turn on the do not disturb mode. And when it is time to wake up, you have an option to set sound or gentle silent wake up alarms. It also gives you a reminder alert to charge your battery in the morning. And the most 2020 thing is automatic hand washing detection. As and when you wash, it hears the sound of soap and water through the microphone and it starts the count timer, which won't stop until 20 seconds. It encourages you to wash your hands proper to remain safe. Coming to the privacy, you know that privacy is a fundamental human right. Apple already has its privacy settings with data minimization, on-device intelligence, security protections, transparency and control. And now Apple comes up with more features. In case of sharing the location, instead of sharing your precise location, you have an option to share your approximate location. It also provides a feature to take your permission before accessing to track your data by any developers. So you can see if a developer is collecting a lot of data or a little bit of data, and also if they are sharing the data with other companies. So on Apple Store, on each app, you can see the highlights of privacy before you download it. The biggest update in WWDC is the macOS Big Sur. macOS has brought a revolutionized new experience of using a computer, and now they are taking it even more further. Big Sur brings unmatched changes, and they have unifying language symbols making it more consistent and easier to recognize. And it looks rich and vibrant. And there is a new way to access system-level control and unified space for notifications and widgets. macOS comes with a refreshed design for all the applications. macOS 11 is mostly a design overall. So in WWDC 2020, Apple made its most prominent announcement of transition from Intel to Apple's own custom silicon. So with their own chips in their devices, we can expect next level of performance. On the other hand, there is a transition period on which developers are still working on. We can expect first Apple silicon-based Mac, first one of those which will be coming at the end of this year. And all Apple fans are super curious looking forward to it. So let's look forward to the performance of Apple devices in the new platform. Thanks for watching, take care and bye-bye.